public school district or a public school that has teacher contracts in place, has tenure in place, and the pay is based on a specific number of years there and specific amount of education that a teacher receives, not necessarily on performance of their children.
And what's the reaction been from your teachers to that policy, to that pay policy?
It's been mixed. I'm going to say that very honestly. It has been mixed. The teachers who came out of a traditional public school setting have had some challenges getting used to it, but it's amazing after they get that first bonus check, what a difference that their mindset, has. It switches all of a sudden because they begin to realize that they can get greater financial support if their students are actually improving and achieving. And it does change the dynamic and the culture. So I don't think they'd want to give it up at this point.
Great. Thank you. I know it's approaching 9 o'clock and we were going to take a short break and we were going to take questions. If people have questions they want to write down, Danielle, I don't know where you want them to submit those, but are you going to walk around and pick them up? Okay, so maybe we take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What are we going to do? 5 minutes. 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and take some questions from everyone here. Thank you very much. A couple of people asked questions similar to this one. I think I'll start with, Sherry on this one, if you don't mind. What do charter schools do regarding special education or special needs students? Do they have the capacity to serve those kids, and what are some of the things they do to serve kids with special needs?
We have to follow the law regarding special education students. We serve them just like a traditional public school serves them. We have a director of student services who works with 3 special education teachers. We have a speech therapist on staff. We contract out for OT and PT as needed for our students. We do have a full inclusion program, which means our special education teachers go into the classrooms to work with special education students, but we must follow the law. We cannot exclude students based on the fact that they come to us or might come to us with an IEP. We have the same recommendation process that teachers use to get students tested for special ed, and we serve special ed students in the same way. It is challenging because we don't have, or I'm just speaking with charter schools in general. Charter schools often don't have the capacity to serve special education students in the same way that a traditional public school does, but they are required by law to provide services for every one of those students.
Dr. Sneed?
I think special ed being one of the most highly regulated areas of the charter school's responsibility has been a tough area in New York. Early in the passage of the Charter Act and getting things up and running, we spent a significant amount of time dealing with issues of clarification of who was responsible for what between the school district and charter schools, to the point where we actually worked as mediators between charter schools and district. Over the years, we had worked through a lot of those issues with the state ed department and ourselves and districts. So those things are ironed out. But I think that Sherry hit the point that the issue of capacity comes into play. Some of the things that charter schools are doing in New York, in the city, they are providing basically a resource room and doing some pull-out and doing some push-in in terms of inclusion, and outsourcing OT and PT or speech and those types of things. Upstate, it's the same story, but probably just a little bit different. Often a charter school will ask the district to provide the services, and the district must provide them to the same level that they provide them for students who are enrolled in the district. But it has been an interesting area to see how it plays through. Oh, one more point, I'm sorry, is that I forgot this piece. When we authorize the school as part of the application process, the Institute does require that in the staffing of the school, it includes a coordinator or director of special ed. Now, the person at the beginning can also teach, so that they may be part-time, being the administrative hat, and then the other part-time a teacher as the school grows and shift.
Great, thank you. Kathy, I'm going to ask this one to you first.